I mean, with a plant that grows that fast, it wouldn't be too terribly difficult to fashion, like, instant growing ropes out of them. That'd be pretty cool. Or you could actually make a torture trap out of them. Just have a plant that's going around and around and around. Someone causing them to kind of get trapped. That's actually what's happening to all these toads here. Wow. So that's how they got trapped. You'd probably be just fine touching the trees, but don't let them start growing elastopiranhas around you, or else you're going to have the Vim sucked out of you. But the other torture trap that I was thinking about is there's actually literally a torture trap where you place someone on a table, then you put bamboo under them, and because bamboo grows relatively quickly, the bamboo will actually start growing into them.
Yes, I saw that on Mythbusters.
It's actually a gruesome thing when you think about it. But with an elastopiranha, much faster. Anyway, we got an underground cave here, and it's full with a lot of fire in our way. So we gotta bust out all the enemies here and deal with the fire that's underground. It's kind of interesting that you have all those fire blocks that are just kind of sitting underground. And oh look, that enemy actually has the fire status ailments. Aren't fire flowers awesome? We can already inflict the fire status ailment on an enemy, and we didn't have to get hand power-ups at all. It works like you think about it. Before an enemy takes a turn, they take damage. It's like they're poisoned, but they're on fire. There we go. Let's explore this place a little bit more. We got really creepy cave, that weird thing, and soccer balls? Are those soccer balls? Like, they could be just black and white toads, but there we go. We got a better look at them now. We're gonna play soccer in our cave underneath the Toadwood Fortress, or forest. It makes me wonder, how much better did that cave look before the Shroob invasion? Much better? Much worse? I couldn't tell you. Let's upgrade that stash stat! Yeah! The babies can't start growing a stash too soon, you know? Yeah! That was good level ups. We didn't get too much discussion on it since the video cut out right when I mentioned it. But what did you guys think? Stash in your heart?
No.
Do you think that's a good explanation for their stash stat?
They're not going to be able to grow to stash till they're like 30. so don't... No.
Why do they have a stash stat then?
Because it's the stash that's under their nose. I don't know.
It's the stash before it grew.
Yes, we'll go with that.
So, you could imagine, when you're 10 years old, you can level up the mustache that you will have in the future.
Sure, why not?
Alright. So we do actually have to quite literally play with fire here, because our puzzle here is that there's a whole bunch of fire underground. We gotta knock it above ground, and then knock it into that block there. Now, all this fire is currently self-contained inside all of these glass blocks, so I actually have to wonder how those fires are staying afloat down there, or lit up down there, because it is a cave. Fire, it needs a fuel source, and it's quite literally sitting in a glass block with no fuel source at all. What is it burning?
I suppose you could fire in the Mushroom Kingdom. You can't do that. It defies everything.
You need fuel source, you need oxygen, and you need, something to start the fire in the first place, actually.
It comes out of Mario's hand underwater. End of discussion.
If we weren't careful with this fire, we could set the entire forest on fire if you wanted to, but it's all...
No, I don't think we can, because right now it's all surrounded by ceramic or clay tiles, so only the trees will burn, and then we're good.
You're saying this ground is all ceramic, or...?
Yeah, sure, it's all dirt or whatever, so right where we're in this specific area, we're okay. But if it gets outside of that, yeah, then everybody's screwed.
Yeah, this actually kind of looks like a fireplace, or kind of a place you'd have a campfire in. But doing that, we actually set a very small forest fire in a spot that lets us proceed on with the place, or the area. Not too bad. So I haven't commentated about this yet, so it's pretty self-explanatory though. These blocks allow you to reunite the pros super easy. It's a convenience thing more than anything else most of the time. Sometimes you do need them, other times it's just a speedrunning trick like it was there. I should actually take a look at the speedrun of this game. This game actually is relatively linear, which is actually one of the complaints about Mario and Luigi Partners in Time.
Yeah.
I think at most we're gonna have one backtracking extravaganza episode through this entire Let's Play, and that's probably it.
Yeah, that is
Good, just the way I like them.
That is the one kind of downside. I definitely did notice the linearity, but I still
That's
enjoy
okay.
it.
Now, we're in the next area of the forest here. So, this forest itself, it definitely looks way different than what it probably looked like before, you know, the Shrew invasion. It's pretty easy to accept that, you know, with the soccer balls and all this weird stuff and sucking Vim out.
Everybody knows that toads don't play soccer.
You have to wonder exactly how much genetic engineering has gone into this fortress, and you gotta hand it to the Shrubs. They're pretty clever aliens, wouldn't you say? Wow, that is a lot of leons. There we go. Let's destroy them with fire. There we go.
The DS
But
and all its fancy processing can handle battles with more than 3 enemies. Or was it 4?
Oh, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I want to say at most 4 enemies. I'm not. Wow, you got me there. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Wow. I never really noticed an enemy count. Just usually most encounters were 2 to 3 enemies. Sometimes 4. I do know there were some with 4, but 5. Were there some with 5? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it followed Paper Mario rules,
Yes.
where there was never more than 4. I'm now trying to think if in the original Paper Mario there was ever 5.
Nope, I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't think so.
Actually, or is there? I don't know.
Ah,
This is hurting my head
I forgot.
now.
The only case where there were more than 4 enemies was when you were fighting Huff and Puff, because of all the other cloud things. That was it, pretty much. You could call that a special case if you wanted to, because multi-bounce was OP in that battle. Jump, 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 jump. But otherwise, this is a very genetically engineered or enhanced forest. And what do you think about it? This actually could have some theoretically practical effects in modern day life that don't involve alien invasions. If you had a forest that was like supercharged, provide more oxygen in the air, or I guess collect Vim energy, theoretically not from toads if we were to apply this in real life, but from the ground or geothermal energy or something like that, theoretically a good thing. Theoretically, of course I say, because the moment we tried to genetically engineer our forests, there was probably going to be a giant like rush of people who are going to be against to be like, no, you cannot like destroy the sanctity of this beauty of nature in the forest and stuff like that. It doesn't affect the Shrubs at all. They just went in this forest, cut it all up like this, and started sucking Vim out of things.
Yeah, well, if we start genetically engineering forests that start sucking the life out of people, I won't approve of it either. Sounds kind of scary.
What if it was just geothermal power, not sucking the life out of people?
Maybe.
Maybe. Or trees that produce more oxygen in the air. We could use that, actually. We could use that. Oh, man. So yeah, we could make forests that better serve the needs of the people if we wanted to. Just, in a sense, doing so would kind of pit us as the bad guys. But here we go. We've got a new gameplay concept. We have really slow-moving platforms. So there's a block that controls the platforms that usually you get to with Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, and you gotta use the block to get the adults over to where they need to go. In this case, over to here. Now, there's a little extra something over here that I just want to get on my idea to get. It's the Luigi block. What's in the Luigi block? A wallet badge. Here we go. I haven't been checking my equipment too carefully, so let's actually take a look at that. Wallet badge. Here we go. Drop almost no coins when fleeing from battle. I don't see myself running away anytime soon. We have seen some instances of that salvage badge kicking in, though. That's a badge that causes you to sometimes get a bro item back after using bro items in battle. That one's pretty cool, especially for the beginning of the game. It lets you kind of use bro items more freely when you're in a normal battle here. There we go. Now, I purposely didn't fast forward this right away just so we could take a look at Luigi's tiger pose because it is that awesome. So yeah, the Elastopiranha plant goes way above the top of the screen to shoot at you, so you do have to see the 2-screen view in order to get the most out of that attack. And I never really know whether they're attacking Mario or Luigi, so I always just jump with both. It's one of those attacks where you just jump with both.
Why not?
Yeah. If you needed any further evidence of like the Shroob's invasion into Toadwood Forest, they have a totem pole situated here. And in order to knock that block, there is a sign there that says you need to jump up, then have one of the babies jump up even higher to hit that block, which is a terrible message to have in a forest. Could you imagine you're walking in your local park and the park sign says something along the lines of can't reach this block? Toss your younger self up there. And you'd be like, who the hell wrote this? It's almost like that sign was written only for Mario, Luigi, Baby Mario, and Baby Luigi. Quite literally.
Maybe it's like a national pastime in the Mushroom Kingdom. Throw your babies. Instead of soccer, you gotta do something.
Maybe it's a pastime of the Shroobs, actually. There are Shroobs out there that just carry around their baby selves piggyback like this, and they're like, yeah, well, if to hit this block, make sure you have your baby self, and, you know, you hit the block. That, of course, begs a question that I personally don't want to get into too many details about Shroob reproduction. Let's just stop that right there. Let's instead talk about this. You notice I commented about Luigi's super awesome tiger pose that he has in battle. The thing is, most of our battles we're doing piggy-packed, because that's just the way the game works. And the thing is, when piggy-packed, Luigi doesn't have the tiger pose anymore. Ah! I love the tiger pose, and you only get it when you're just battling with adult Mario and Luigi. So, cursed you game. Tiger pose is awesome. I want more tiger pose. But we're only going to see it when the adults battle by themselves. That's a shame. Less tiger pose. I like how I got everyone to level up at the same time except Luigi, who just needed one more battle to get his level up. But we could otherwise talk about what we could say about the Shroobs based on the observations we have seen so far about them. Well, they do look like mushroomish people, and we can kind of say how they invaded this forest. They kind of are mushroomish people who evidently eat by sucking, in this case, Vim out of toads, but that's probably not their only food source. I actually kind of want to see now the Shroob Alton Brown cooking show. I want to see what Shroob Alton Brown makes in his... What would you call the Shroob good eats, out of curiosity?
I've been trying to figure that out. I can't think of a really good pun.
It should be. But in their life, essentially, evidently they like eating by drinking. So if you could imagine your life, you just drank shakes as like your main source of everything. That's what we've seen so far of the life of the Shroob. Not that that's the only thing that they eat, but that's what we've seen so far. So it'd be the equivalent of like drinking shakes all day, every day, and that's the only thing you have every day.
I would be
Interestingly
okay with
enough, you'd be okay with that. Interestingly enough, there's actually a product out there made by a company called Soylent, which is quite literally a shake that has all your nutritional needs in it.
Yeah, actually, I take that back. I mean, I would love to have, you know, like when I go to the U.S., I go to Steak and Shake like every day because we don't have them up here in Canada. But like those breakfast shake things, I never have those because the concept of a thing like that for breakfast is like no. But if someone's like, here's a Smarties milkshake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'd do that. Heck yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, there is actually a shake company out there. You can buy their product. It's called Soylent. It has all the nutritional needs you need for a day. I personally wouldn't recommend drinking nothing but Soylent, but that's just me. Unless you're a Shroob. The other thing that we can definitely say, just observing them, a lot of them just seem purple, or at least their theme seems purple. So it's probably a reasonable conclusion that Shroobs see in a higher band of wavelengths or higher bands of lights than humans do. If you could imagine shifting visible light for us over a little bit more towards the ultralight area, that's probably the light they see. We can't exactly say what is their spectrum though. For all I know, they see more light. For all we know, they see less light. They just see that purple region. But we could probably conclude that they probably see the higher wavelengths of light compared to humans, relatively speaking. More data is definitely needed to expand on that theory, though. But that would explain why they're all purpley and ooey and gooey, and I don't know. I don't know where else I was actually going with that theory, other than that's probably what they see. I mean, they look like they have eyes. They see light of some kind. Although I haven't ever seen them with a nose. They probably don't know how bad mushrooms can smell. What exactly is the experience Mario and Luigi are going through in this forest right now? Do you think it smells nasty with all this genetic engineering?
This is where people come in and say, "Oh man, I can't wait for like 10 years when they invent smell TVs." Why would you ever want to smell anything on TV? But
Why? The last thing you want to do is watch Hoarders with smell-o-vision.
Storage Wars, just every unit they open up smells like someone died.
Oh
I'm sure that will have
man,
good
alright.
ratings.
On the next episode of Let's Play Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, we're going to go ahead and tackle the Vim Forest and discover the root of this power that they currently have going, and hopefully we can actually continue on a third adventure and get more Cobalt Star Shards. So, after all, the time portal did lead us here. Why did it lead us here? Something's here. So, we're going to find out what. Next episode. This has been Milesluigi.
And this is the Evil Pop-Tart.
And Higsby?
See you next time.